Okay.
I'm happy I am being interviewed at my home, which has been a home for humanity for over 50 years now, since we built this home. Before that, we were living in the next door, a big house that was donated to me by a great philanthropist, where our family, my wife and I, and our children, we lived with about 300 to 400 others as one family. So, always the concept of every home becoming a home for humanity has been a very precious thought I have had. I'm very happy that in 2019, September, you have developed a humanity charter where you are trying to persuade not only people at your home, you, your wife and son, but all your associates and colleagues to convert their homes into homes for humanity. If this becomes a movement, I'm sure with the location you have in Paris, you can make it a world movement in no time. I'm I don't say retired because I resigned from my job in 1973. I was a school teacher who believed that education should go beyond the classroom, beyond the textbooks, beyond the examinations and degrees, and education should awaken human personality. And if every human being can feel he or she is a part of the entire universe, then that is an educated person. However much a person is educated, if that person is driven by greed for money or power, which leads invariably to ill will with others, he is not an enlightened person, educated person. He is actually a very ignorant person. So, in 1950s, late 50s, I realized that with my colleagues, that means my teachers, fellow teachers and students, I should go to the poorest to the poor villagers in Sri Lanka. And I went and told them the same thing. We enter a village community, maybe there are 100 families or even 1,000 families. We enter the village community, they come and welcome us. We all sit down on the ground. We start, close our eyes, straighten our backs, sit straight on the ground, and then we start with a meditation. May the entire living world be well and happy. May the entire living world, all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May all the people in this world behave like members of one family. Having observed silence like that for a few minutes, then we have, according to a timetable, we work. Getting up 5 in the morning, going to bed at 10 in the evening, doing 10 hours of manual work, 8 to 10 hours of manual work, spending 2 to 4 hours of discussion, learning from one another, and during the labor we donate, it's called Shramadana, gifting of labor. While we donate the labor, we select. If they have no toilets, we construct toilets with the villagers. If they have no homes, we construct homes. If they have no irrigation facilities, we construct irrigation canals or water reservoirs. If they have no uh, preschools, we build preschools. If they need buildings for their school in the village, we do that. If there is no road, access road to the village, we build road. So our energy, our physical energy as well as whatever scientific knowledge we have about doing things systematically, we do it. Now we have been doing that for 61 years now. And what was started from my home, it has spread to over 15,000 villages in the country now. So I am sure what you started, the Humanity Charter, will be accepted by millions of families in the world, because we have reached a situation where we cannot any longer have faith in governments or intergovernmental organizations or United Nations even, and not even the World Bank and such huge monetary organizations, because they are not concerned at all with the inner life of human being. None of them have as their policy converting their bank or their institution to be something where humanity in every human being is awakened, so that one day we can have a world without want, without fear, and also without war. Instead, for example, last week I saw in our newspapers one of the Russian ministers had come here and offered a nuclear plant. Now I have been fighting against it all my life. We don't want nuclear energy, because if something goes wrong, then the whole of this small country with a small population will get destroyed. So we have to find alternative natural sources from which we can generate electricity for our needs. Therefore, what we need is not only science and technology. Of course we need that. We have to have science and technology under particular kind of rules and regulations where nature is protected. That is why spiritual awakening of humanity is most essential. Therefore, Alexander, I wish you, your wife and son, your home will become a center for not only the European community, but the entire living world, to take this integral approach to human, family, national and world awakening. Thank you very much for coming to my home and becoming a part of my human family. Thank you.